Okay, welcome back everyone to another special episode of Yoda's Hut. I'm Bill. I go by Yoda Man on the boards, and once again I'm joined for commentary on this game by Derek. Hey Derek, how's it going tonight?
I'm doing all right.
All right, so we have got the losers bracket finals from the 2017 Star Wars LCG U.S. National Championships held at Nova. On the left we have Brad Eier, who goes by YEEZUS on the board. He's playing Dark Side with Navy, and on the left we have Xavier Jackson, who's playing Light Side in this game. Let me run down their deck list real quick as we get going. So Brad's got a pretty standard Navy of 2 Tarkin Doctrine, 2 Might of the Empire, 2 Enforced Loyalty, 2 Endor Entrapment, 1 Entrenched Defense, and 1 Defending the Trench. And Xavier's got his Smuggler Rebel Mercenary Compact affiliation that gives you a 7-card reserve. It's got 2 Defense of Yavin 4, 2 Fleeing the Empire, 2 Command and Control, for Rebel pods, and then the Smugglers are 2 Calling in Favors, 2 Fortune and Fate, 1 Renegade Squadron Mobilization, and 1 that Bucket of Bolts. Looks like we're off and running here. I think, what does Brad looks like he's got? Is that Enforce, Tarkin Doctrine, and Might?
Yep, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, and then Xavier's got Command and Control, Defense of 4, and I think the other one was a Smuggler Objective, but I didn't catch it while I was talking there. I don't know if you happen to see what it was.
I didn't see it either when he was flipping them.
Yeah, so Brad's played a Control Room and then a Stormtrooper Assault Team, and that's not the best first turn there. He's going to take balance back, but that's
sign.
it. Yeah, now he's got cards, so maybe the
Stormtrooper... That's not a unit you typically want to commit.
No, not if you can help it. Maybe if you had Dark Trooper Project in the deck, but I don't see so.
I think we one thing we didn't see before we started recording here, but I think they both mulliganed, or at least one of them did. Yeah. So maybe Brad just got a bad draw both times here.
Yeah, it's certainly possible. And maybe it looks like the central computer, which lets you, it's a smuggler affiliated resource and lets you draw a card. When you're going to draw a card, you can draw from the bottom of your deck instead of the top. And I'm hoping we just get something over here to see what the is. And I can't even tell what that is.
I haven't a clue.
You paid 3.
Well, that one I know.
Yeah, there's Independence.
How'd that come into play then?
Yeah. That looked like... Oh, he was discarding that to play.
Oh, he discarded it.
Yeah, and then he gets to draw a card, the Cloud City Technician, okay.
Yeah, that's when he enters your discard pile, you get to draw a card. So he used the Yavin ability.
That must be calling in favors.
Yep, I was just going to say that. And then he plays the Lady Luck.
Is that what that is? I can't tell the alternate art.
Yeah, I've got that old art. I'm pretty sure that's Lady Luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, Calling in Favors is the one that has 4 resources on it, but it does not refresh during your upkeep.
That is right. But that's why he's got Corleia in this deck to potentially take them all off at once. So.
Yeah, well, there's also the event in that set also that moves all your tokens, I think, from one objective to another, which is another way to free that up.
Right.
Although you technically lock down one of your other objectives by doing that, but at least that one would be one that refreshed.
Right, exactly. So it looks like he's going in with Lady Luck after something here, and Brad's going to defend with the Stormtrooper Assault Team. Now, Lady Luck only has 3 health, so if Brad can win this edge battle, he's going to kill Lady Luck.
Yep. I would assume he's probably going for Enforced Loyalty.
Yeah, well, if Tarkin Doctrine's out, he may not have been able to pay, so...
Well, it is out, but he didn't... I would assume that's where he's going to try and go, because he could also go... If he's then has to pay the Tarkin tax and can't go, he could then relocate and take out Tarkin Doctrine with the Independence, especially if he has a target.
So that is a lot of pips there. That's 7 plus a heat. I think Lady Luck is... Yeah, I think Lady Luck's in trouble.
I think Lady Luck is dead.
I couldn't tell what he played there. He only had a couple pips, so...
Yeah.
You can't target a strike on defense.
You can't target a strike on defense.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. And then he's just looking at what it was. So he's going to get rid of Lady Luck, but Independence is going to be able to do some serious damage here. Especially if he happens to have a target. He could take something out.
Well, and the thing is, too, now he puts a shield on it now that Stormtrooper can't kill it.
Yeah.
Although it is double-focused anyway.
Yeah, so there goes Independence after something. He was probably going after Enforce and then got bounced out, I would bet.
That's what I would have done, and then that way you can smack Tarkin Doctrine now instead.
I don't think you can actually put the second shield on there.
No.
Nice try.
Where was the second shield from?
Yeah. Oh, because
Whoa.
he would have had a second engagement, so you would technically be able to get another
Because
shield.
of the Tarkin tax. Yeah.
And there is the target. So whatever he went after, he's going to blow up. He blew up Might, and so that's his first objective there.
Yeah, I'm guessing he went for Tarkin Doctrine, got kicked out, and then Might was the only one left that he hadn't hit yet. So
that's not bad. That'll slow Brad down if he actually gets some capital ships, unless he flips up another one. So he's not going to be able to take balance back. So the dial will go to 3, but...
Yeah, if I remember right, his deck doesn't care about balance too much.
Right. He's going to get an extra... so Enforce is going to trigger, he hits Command and Control, which will actually give him another card for his reserve value, so it'll go up to 8 now. And then he just flipped up Entrenched Defense. Brad did on the left. But all he's got is the Stormtrooper focus down, so he definitely needs some units here.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good
staging area is not good, bad.
He's got a pretty good way protection for Enforced Loyalty now, though, between Tarkin Doctrine and Entrenched Defense.
Right.
So if he can slow this game down, he can get a fair amount of free damage out there.
Yeah, probably the Enforced, since the nerf, that's not quite as big of a deal. But there's Yularen a little too late.
Ugh. That's bad having to play him now when you don't even have any damage over there.
Yeah, I mean, if that's all you got to play, that's not good. There's a Stormtrooper assault team.
Wow. He must just be screwed with what he drew.
Yeah, if you have to play Yularen and no damage to put back, that's not a good sign.
No. I think right here he goes in with the Stormtroopers and puts 2 damage on Independence. That way Yularen can potentially finish it off.
Yeah.
If he attacks with it.
Yeah.
And that'll let him do another damage to the control room. He needs to turn that thing off as soon as possible.
Right. Yeah, it looks like that's probably what he's doing. He's sending the Stormtrooper in. We're going to assume he'll go after Command and Control. That's what I would do, like you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got 2 damage on that.
It's hard to leave that Yavin on the table, but it's just... He's already got the reserve advantage of 7. Now it's going to be 8. If he takes something else out, it's going to be 9. It can get brutal really quickly. And even though that deck is not centered around winning edge battles, you get enough cards, you're going to win those edge battles.
Yeah, exactly. So Xavier's got 1 card left. I guess he's trying to decide, does he want to pitch it and completely drop 8 new cards, or is it worth keeping? He has 4 resources, plus he can pitch stuff for ships with defense. He has 4, so he's going to keep that, potentially get some stuff out. Brad's only got Yularen for defense here.
I see a Y-Wing. I think that's a twist.
Yeah.
I saw Yoda.
And he decided to draw one from the bottom.
Yep.
He got Talon card with that. That's not bad.
That'll come in handy.
Except you can't play anything but him if you play him.
Right.
He's got 3 pips, though. Looks like he's got another Independence. He can't play that either. At least not yet. He can let Independence die this turn and then get 1.
Yeah, he might not care as much about losing it. But the thing is, now his capital ships, I mean, he's got -1 because of Independence. He can reduce the cost with Yavin. He can start dropping some units.
Yeah, if he's got stuff to drop. It looks like you said you saw a Y-Wing there.
I see a Y-Wing. Yularen can only block one of those 2 units.
Right.
Like, if you send the Y-Wing, I think he can't block it because then the Independence goes in unopposed.
Right.
Which means the Y-Wing gets a free hit, and that alone is 3 damage.
Yeah, Xavier is probably going to be able to pump out a lot of damage this turn if he's got a couple of units. Mm-hmm. With only Yularen on defense, there's just not a lot he's going to be able to do. So he's discarded one of those Cloud City Technicians to draw like other card.
Yep.
So he just paid 1 for that.
And I think he drew another Cloud City Technician doing that.
Yeah. That's a good pairing there with Defense Yavin 4, because you're not really losing that you're not really losing any cards in hand if you can use that.
Yep.
So he's spending 1 for something.
Yeah, this is one of those cases where your opponent's got one blocker. You just want to flood the board and get as many things out there and get through as many times as you can.
Right.
The problem is, though, with Tarkin Doctrine, he needs to be able to pay that Tarkin tax.
Yeah, so it looks like he paid one, he's discarding one.
I wonder if that's the move damage thing. Or no, he's putting an enhancement. Was that the stolen plans from
Oh, that might be Dirty Secrets there. So that turns off Entrenched Defense.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah. And he's got 2 resources to pay the Tarkin tax.
Yeah.
Now, Yularen's already on the board, so it's not as big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to shield Independence, and it looks like he's sending them both in after Tarkin Doctrine.
So he's going to eliminate that while he can, and he's going to accept another damage from Enforced Loyalty, it looks like.
Right, and Brad's only going to have 3 cards in his hand for an edge battle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and he used the heat already, the one that he would have in his deck from Entrenched. So
I'm pretty sure also we saw a twist in Xavier's hand.
Yeah. So Xavier might just be able to take Yularen and Tarkin Doctrine out this turn.
Yeah, see, if he blocks...
Yeah. I think Xavier put that twist in, I think. Yeah. Those Talon cards are going to come in handy for 6 pips right now.
Does he have both of them in his hand?
I think he had both of them. I think he drew one from the bottom, and then when he drew the next card from the top, he drew the other one.
Of course.
So Brad's thinking, does he want to put another one in? Can he sniff the twist?
Yeah, exactly.
There's the twist.
I think
that was a battle. I think he had Battle of Endor, which wasn't the worst play there. Isn't that what that is? It looks like. Yeah, I think it's the Battle of Endor.
I think so.
So there's I don't think there was any Endor stuff out, probably.
Probably
not. So he's put a couple things in.
He does have that one thing where you sacrifice a guy and draw.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Cards or whatever.
You're my only hope or whatever. So.
Right.
I'm not sure that matters now, but it might come in handy next turn.
No, but he could even now. He could say strike with one of his units and then sack it.
Okay, maybe it wasn't Talon card. Maybe it was that Renegade Squadron. No.
Yeah.
I think there's the other one.
He just pitched the other Yularen.
Oh, wow. So Xavier's going to win that edge battle then, it looks like, right?
I think so.
So it's probably 4-2, I think. So
and he left him with one card in hand, because if he does that, he strikes and then he sacks his unit, he could force the other guy, force him to lose his one card.
Yep.
It doesn't look like he's going to do that.
Yeah, he's only going to get 1 damage on Yularen, but that probably doesn't matter.
No.
Because he's blown up the objectives. So Xavier's got 2 objectives down already on his second turn. That's not bad when you can get 1 each turn.
Now you can bet he's going to come in with the Stormtrooper, take out the Independence, and then Xavier's going to play the next Independence and go for the win.
Yeah. So that's probably it. I can't imagine there's anything else Xavier could do.
Well, it looks like he didn't pay the Tarkin tax. He never made him do it.
Yeah,
because he still has 2 resources over there.
Maybe that's why he didn't do it. But still, I think you got to make him play.
Yeah, you make him use it, because now he potentially might play some events or something.
Yeah, so Enforced will trigger, I guess, a 3rd one on Command and Control. But unless Brad turns it off, Xavier's going to have 9 cards when they start here. The dial is going to go to 5, but I don't think Xavier cares.
No.
He's probably thinking,
if he's got
I'm just going to win my next turn.
He's just going to play the Independence and win.
Right. Or get pretty darn close to winning. There's another fleet staging area. Brad really needs some of his ships here. He could use a Chimera, Gladiators. He needs something like that.
Yeah, he's got resources for days.
Tarkin would be good too. He could get rid of that Dirty Secrets.
Yeah.
On his turn, and then potentially turn something else off on Xavier's turn. So he's paying 4 for something. What's that? That's one of the...
Is that the interdictor?
Yeah, that's the cruisers or whatever they
Yeah.
call it. The one they spelled wrong. I think you definitely want that on defense.
Yeah, because there's a shield on independence. You can't focus him right now. You have to send in a stormtrooper to eliminate the independence. You can't know that he's got the other one.
Right.
And I think you have to send Yularen as well, because you got to turn that objective off. And Yularen has your only blast.
Yeah, and he is not doing it. He's just sending in the trooper.
Wow.
And what's he doing? Is he playing You're My Only Hope with his independence?
He's sacking the independence.
Well played.
And making him discard a card, yeah.
Yeah, and he'll get to draw 2, not that he cares, because he's going to play the other independents, as we know. He drew one of them from the bottom with Central Computer. That's awesome. Now, because I think there's some ways, like with some of these cards, you could probably do something to rig that bottom draw.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of the stuff in the Independence pod that does that.
Yeah.
Or the lady, I think it's Lady Luck herself. When she strikes, you like get to put. I think it's one of those things where you like draw a couple cards and put one under your deck and put one back on top or something like that. I can't remember exactly what she does off the top of my head. I haven't used her.
So Brad just hit it for 1. So it's gonna still go off. And
yeah, see, he's banking on killing it with Enforced Loyalty, but the problem is now you got a turn where your opponent's got 9 cards.
Yeah. I mean, he has 3 blockers, but still, he doesn't have a lot of cards in hand.
If you don't win Edge, it's just a matter of your opponent playing a big unit, 1 or 2 big units, and you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And we already know he's got 1 in his hand.
Right. I think Xavier is in good shape here, but that might just be me.
Oh, thank you, Captain Obvious.
He just pitched a Y-wing. If you're pitching a Y-wing, you're probably in good shape.
Yeah. He's pitching and drawing up here. There's Lady Luck again.
Yeah. There's well paid.
Ugh.
That's going to help.
When it rains, it pours.
He's drawing from
He hasn't
the bottom.
been doing anything with the... He hasn't placed anything on the bottom of his deck. He's just drawing from the bottom because he can.
Yeah. Well, he's drawing 9 cards. You might as well try
there's
both sides.
Target. He's got a target in his hand, too. Target plus independence equals 4 damage plus unopposed.
And here comes well paid, I would assume, here.
He's probably just counting his damage. Lady Luck and independence is more than enough. All he has to do is win Edge.
Yeah, and I would think he'd have a good shot. Because he got Brad down to 3 cards.
I probably play those 2 units if I'm him, and then keep the rest for Edge.
Yeah, and figure with 7 cards, you got a good shot at winning Edge here.
Yeah, it looks. Is it 3 cards that Brad's holding right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
There's well paid.
Yeah.
That's going to be 1 less card he'll have for Edge, but he's going to get something back because he's got another one of those technicians, right?
I think so.
So he's spending 1, discarding 1.
Yeah,
and he's playing a blast boat. Oh, he wouldn't have to pay then. Yeah. I think he counted that wrong. Yeah, that would have just been for free. And then there is independence.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to draw a card. There's another well paid. At this point, it really doesn't matter. You go after something, even if you don't pay the Tarkin tax, who cares? You just go after the other one that's only got 5 health.
There is no Tarkin tax.
Oh, that's right. He got rid of Tarkin. Never mind.
Yeah.
So,
you go after Enforced Loyalty, because worst case scenario, you can turn it off at least,
right.
even if something goes wrong.
Yep.
But he's still got a fistful over there. He's got to be
sure
worried
does.
about, the twist, but of course he's got a shield to place here too. I think you got to put the shield on the independence, just because if you lose Edge, he's going to kill the blast boat anyway. He's got 2 units over there with 2. He's got the interdictor with 2 black guns, and the other guy with 3.
And there is.
Oh, is that the munitions guy?
Yeah, the one that if you can focus him and give one of your units an extra gun.
Yeah.
All right, so I think
Yeah, and now, because you can give Independence an extra gun and kill the elite guy,
Yeah.
trooper. Yeah, so yeah, I shield Independence here.
And he's going
And,
after Enforced.
yep.
So I think if Xavier wins this edge battle, obviously he's got the game. So
Yeah.
kind of just a matter of, does Brad have something he can potentially
Yeah, he
sneak
strikes.
out an edge battle win here?
Yeah. He's got 3 guys there. Yeah, I mean, if he loses edge, he has virtually no icons. So you strike first with the blast boat, and then he can't stop the Independence.
Right. Yeah, it's game over if Xavier wins this edge battle.
Mm-hmm.
Barring some weird trick that I just can't even think of. I said, when knowing he's already played his one heat that's in this deck, there's just no way he could avoid it.
Oh, unless he's got the twists to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got 3 cards. It depends on how much Xavier commits to the first edge battle, if there are twists involved or not.
I think Brad was probably looking for twists to see how many more Xavier might have in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Does he twist them again or not?
Well, he doesn't have. How many are in his deck? He's not running many twists, is he?
He would have the 2 from Corleia's set.
Leia, that's right.
Yeah.
I thought he had some, but I was drawing a blank on where they were.
And Xavier put a third one in.
You better hope that's not a twist.
Yeah, he better Brad didn't twist, exactly.
Well, now you always have to worry about the Death Star being there, and that's a 5-pip card.
Right. Well,
he hasn't seen anything from that set yet, but you gotta be scared of that with Navy always.
Right, but you can't play it with entrapment now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So once the cruiser came out, he's half the Death Star's not there.
Yep.
And I don't know if they shared deck lists in the top cut here or not, like they did in some of the other. There's a twist.
Yeah, I figured.
And he didn't pitch much. It didn't look like there. So
Yeah.
then the last 2 cards. It looks like he's got a Target and Lady Luck. I think he's going to win that edge battle 5-4, and so Xavier will win and come out of the losers bracket, and he'll get a rematch against Josh Johnson for the championship. So Xavier will have to win 2 games in a row against Josh to win. Josh would just need to win 1 to win U.S. Nationals here. So Xavier's deck was certainly clicking on all cylinders, and I got to say Brad didn't really have the best of Navy draws in that game there. But got any final thoughts on this one before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I mean, we'd seen both of these decks before this, in the previous matches, and both of them looked pretty good. Brad he got shafted on his Navy. I don't think he drew a capital ship to that last turn.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Stormtrooper guys are great for taking things out, but you're not going to win a game with just them.
Yeah, and as we said, if that's what you're having to play the first turn and commit it, that's just not the way you want to start off a game in the top cut like that.
Yeah, and he still was able to hang on because, I mean, when you figure that he played Independence and Lady Luck turn 1, that's 8 resources worth of units on the first turn.
Right.
And he was still, it's a good thing he was able to eliminate the Lady Luck when he did.
Right.
Because that game would have been even worse had he gotten away with that edge battle and the unit survived. So.
Yeah. So, Brad certainly did everything he could to try to hold on, but he didn't have the best of draws. And like I said, it sure looked like Xavier played well, got his deck clicking there with those big resources, drawing back up with those Cloud City Technicians. When you put them in discard with defense you have them for, but you basically replace them, that's pretty good there. So,
right.
All right, well, I guess we'll wrap it up for here on Yoda's Hut and give a shout-out once again to Nate Tripp for Ketracel on the boards, who recorded all these games for us so we could bring you coverage from the U.S. National Championships held at Nova. And we'll be back with the video of the final match between Xavier Jackson and Josh Johnson in the next episode of Yoda's Hut. And thanks as always for joining me for commentary, Derek. Appreciate it.
Yep, anytime.